Dictation number SV180 TN010. Get ready. Start. Replying to the debate on atomic energy, the Prime Minister said, in the course of this discussion, almost everyone has emphasized the necessity for going ahead as far as we can in the development of atomic energy in this country. The subject is naturally one which excites the imagination of everyone, and there is a feeling that in this matter, at least, we should not lag behind, as we did when the Industrial Revolution took place. I can say nothing more about it than that we have no intention of lagging behind, insofar as our resources permit. Apart from the theoretical and practical necessity of keeping abreast of this new realm of knowledge and discovery from the power point of views, also it is likely to be of the utmost importance for us in India to utilize atomic power for peaceful purpose. We hear a lot about the use of coal and oil for purposes of power, but it is a rather sobering thought that if we use our power supplies, let us say, at the rate at which the United States is using them, they will disappear in a very short time. We now hope to have more oil than we thought at first, and I believe that we are likely to discover oil in several parts of India. The fact remains, however, that our power potential, considering our population, is not great. Our problem is not limited only to the present generation, we have also to build for the future. As far as one can see, the main source of power, apart from the conventional source, has to be atomic energy. It is therefore a question of extreme practical importance for us to develop power from atomic sources. It is curious that only about 3 or 4 years ago, people talked rather vaguely about using atomic energy for power purposes. Hardly any country had definite plans. The progress since then has been so rapid in some of these countries that atomic power is now taken for granted. Formerly, the thought that it could be used for civil purposes was a kind of mental adventure. Now it is recognized that it is an economic proposition. If you are near the source of power, that is coal or some hydroelectric concern, you would not put an atomic energy plant there, but take a place like Delhi. You have to bring coal from nearby 1,000 miles away. Then there is the question of transport and also of cost. It might well be cheaper to have an atomic energy plant here. I would like to make 3 points. The first is that India must have some additional sources of power, apart from the conventional sources, if it is to progress and ensure higher standards of living for the people. The third point is that we must try to do it. Indeed, we are trying to do it. Many honorable members have congratulated the Atomic Energy Department on the work that it has done. Some have criticized it and said that it ought to do much more. It is not every easy to have a correct measurement of what one can do and what one could have done if one had proceeded differently. But the fact remains that the development of atomic energy work in India has been remarkably rapid and good. The Atomic Energy Department was started in 1954, although the Atomic Energy Commission was there earlier. In 1954, we spent a crore of rupees on atomic energy work. In the current year, we are spending 12 times that amount. Money is not much of a test, but still it sometimes helps us to judge how much we are doing. I may inform the House that nobody in the Government of India, anxious as we are to economize and save money, has refused any urgent demand of the department or come in the way of its development for financial reasons. Naturally, there are certain limits beyond which we cannot go, but we realize completely the importance of this work in the present and in the future. This is really why it is usual in India and in some other countries for the Prime Minister to be in charge of it, but that the Prime Minister of India or any other Prime Minister is supposed to be peculiarly brilliant or especially suited for that purpose. The Prime Minister's being in charge merely shows how much importance has been given to work on atomic energy. There are two sides to atomic energy work: research and practical application of that research. So far as research is concerned, the Tata Institute is our principal institute. I entirely agree with it. The honorable member who said that this kind of work should be encouraged in the universities, although I would add that what is necessary in the universities is a sound grounding. In various sciences, especially atomic physics, there is sometimes a tendency to try to do higher research work without an adequate grounding. That is why we must have a broad function in the universities from where specialists will go out. We have increased the number of people being trained by the Atomic Energy Department. The present number is 100. Stop.